Hi, this is Kim from Crane's Booksmithing. I hope that you're all doing very well and that you had some nice holiday time with your family. Today I'm going to show you this book that I created. Have been wanting to make it for a long time, and it's an African themed book, and I think it came out quite nice. I have ephemera in the front, an envelope that I made, and just a little card from a book, a little bird, and it's really cute. And then this old tag, and it's from the late 1800s, I think. It's plain there, and has 6 signatures, and here's the back. And I have it covered with this beautiful crocheted table runner, and underneath it is wallpaper border. And she is about 5 3/4 by 8 3/4, and about a 1.5 inch spine. She has 57 pages, so about 114 pages front and back, and I did count every small piece of paper that was sewed in. Okay, let me show you. Here she is. I think she's quite lovely, and here's some of that wallpaper border that I made a pocket from. And this pretty piece of paper, it's textured, so that you can have it some more places to write. And there is a lot of writing places in this book. And here's a little paper that I sewed and placed to write, and it has a little bitty bug there. And some more little pieces of paper. This came from a cover of an old book, and I love the cover of it. It's so pretty. It's all textured. And here's some pretty lace that's been, I'm pretty sure, hand crocheted. It is vintage. This here, I really love this card, and I wanted to use it in my own journal, but it just looks so right for this journal. I used it for this one instead. And these are Tim Holtz butterflies, I believe. And here's some paper that I made from pieces of scrap leftovers, and so I did like a basket weave on it. And then on this side you can write on if you would like. And the papers are coffee dyed, most of them. And here's a ruffle from a tea bag that I have food colored stains on it, which I thought came out nice. And magazine pages I have, and book pages. Here's some vintage buttons on an old vellum piece of paper. It is vintage. It's also equal dyed too, and I did leave it rough here for the book being the kind it is, to feel like it's old and been used. And here's some craft paper that was a decorated kind. Made it into a pocket, and a card with a little bit of sewing. And here's some little birds. They were cute. Made a little pocket there for them. Some trim. This here is text spot, and I did sew it on here, and it's some wild animals from Africa postcards that I found at a thrift shop, and I found quite a few of them, and so I seen it and I thought I just gotta have those for my book. And then I have this, and it's sewed on, and you know, you can write something, or you can put a picture on here, or stamp on it, or even put a pretty piece of cloth on there too. That would be really cool. A piece of old paper here, and I like how this is layered and the line's like peeking over. Here's an envelope that's glued in, and this came from Graphics Fairy, and I thought that was so cute, that little bird. And some old ribbon from an antique shop, and it's light velvet. And here's a butterfly and a piece of paper, and the butterfly isn't glued in, but you can glue it here if you want, or stick it somewhere else. And I did cut a circle out there, and this is a piece of paper that came from this book here, this Reader Digest. It was a book on flowers and plants of different places, which I really did like that book. Here's a pretty charm. It was from a necklace, and I think it's an amethyst stone. It's really cute. It's pretty purple. And some tickets, some belly band, and here's a picture. This came from a scrapbook. That was a lady didn't want her scrapbooks anymore, so I took them, and I took this one out, and it's just so pretty. I think she is, and it's of a painting, though I don't remember who it was by, and I think that she looks right in here because it looks like she's thinking about her trip to Africa, and just remembering it, and missing it, and because she held it dear to her, this beautiful place with all these beautiful animals. And here's a little bead charm, and this here is some vintage material, and this is kind of like lace, I guess, and I think it's really pretty. Here's a card, and I don't think this orchid is from Africa, but they do have some that grow there, so I went ahead and stuck it in here. And it's just a pretty plain card. And this little parrot here, I had that for quite a while, saving it for this book. And here's another card that I have sewed and made into a pocket. Another piece of that textured paper, probably from the 60s, I'm thinking. And this little thing here is really cute. You can just pull it out like that and have another place to write. And if you want to, you can put a little clip there, paper clip. Here's a big postcard of a giraffe, and I made a pocket. Well, it's an envelope, and I made a pocket out of the envelope, and it had a big area here to see through, and I thought that was fun. And I put tissue paper and dyed it and did some sewing here. This side of it is open, but I went and put these clips here to keep it closed so it doesn't fall out. And here's some pretty material that's kind of fun. And here's another pocket, and I made this card here, this index card. I collaged this a long time ago and been saving it for some place, and I think it's right in this book here. And here's another text spot. I did some sewing here, and here's a piece of paper with some orange thread, and I thought that was cute, and I put some lines there. And oops, there goes my light. And here, I made these a while back, and I only made a few, and I really like them, so I'm going to make some more. And I didn't really know what to call them, but I'm thinking they're probably more like long clusters, maybe. This one is is glued in, and I didn't staple this one in. And here's a bookmark here that you can move around to different spots. And I did add a lot of cheesecloth between the layers to give it that look of being in Africa with nets and all of that, tents and things like that. And this here is a flower. It was a metal flower, and I had it I laid the paper on it, and I dried it in the sun, and it came out like this. Isn't that pretty? There is a lot of places to write. Now here's like a little envelope I made. You can write in it. And this is a card. It's a little shower card, and for somebody's wedding. And you can open it up and write there too, and have a secret place. And here's some paper, and I just folded it like this because I love the way it looked and the interest it gave. And here's a vintage button, a little bug, and some more of that paper that's textured. That's a little book cover, and some trim, and there's some more of this fabric, and a little wooden bead there. And this is a calendar, and it's upside down because I wanted this side to be right side up. And I like it this way, though. It's a junk journal, and I like it to show that it is a junk journal. And I think it's fun when you do that. I was planning on sewing this, but I forgot from a machine. And so I hand sewed it in, and I'm glad that I did forget because I love the hand sewing here. It gives it that feeling, and I like that a lot. There's some stamping here. Here's a pocket with the world map there. And this one is another tuck spot. And this pretty material here came from a scarf. And I also used this same material in my Moses book I had done. And here's a material that you can flip up and have something secret written under there. And here's a piece of that wallpaper with some braided trim and a little bit of a charm here. And this side has a little paper clip that I made with some paper on it. And this opens up, and here's some papers right here, like a little notepad type of thing. And this little flower here came from this book here, and so I added it, and I thought it was quite cute. Here's some old tape from the 60s, and this is some more charm, and it's made. I bought it this way. It was from a necklace, but it is paper. The middle part is paper. Another card with some more tea-dyed ruffle, tea bag I made into a ruffle. And another one. I really loved how the different colors came out like that. some braiding here, trim. And I got this from the dollar store, this trim, and they were giving it away. They had so many and they were giving them away, so I took quite a bit of them. I didn't take them all, but I did take a lot. And here's some more of that cheesecloth. Here's a pocket and another postcard. And some flamingos. And an index card. It's a little bug, and I have sewn around it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have sewn around it. I think it's cute. And here's a pocket, and this has some old pieces of paper on it. And let Mr. Bug here show. And their little legs are the same color as the napkins and the glasses, and I think it looks kind of funny. It looks like their legs are extra long. Here's a little booklet I made in here, a little notebook, and it only has a couple of, about 4 pages in here. I think it's cute. An elephant, and I love the way this came out. And I bent this paper back here for interest, and sold a vintage button. Here's another paper charm here. A little bug. Another charm or bead. Another postcard, and this is eco dyed here. Isn't that pretty? And here's an elephant and a tuck spot, and but I didn't put anything there because I like seeing the elephants there. And here's another little cluster. Here's some piece of paper, I guess check paper, and I put this fabric flower and vintage button, and this little part folds out too. If you want to write something in there, you can. And look at how this came up the other side. Isn't that cute? And here's a pretty piece of paper. Some washi tape. Here's an envelope that I sewed in. And I'm counting this as one of the signatures because it was sewed in, but it's by itself, no other pages. And here's some charms and to write on. Let's see, get that straight in there. And I did some sewing. And here's another bead and some crocheted table runner there. This here, I got this at an antique store. It's a stamp collector's page, and it says East Africa on it. And I thought I did get some stamps, but unfortunately I didn't have any that had Africa on it, which I so much wanted to put in this book too, but I didn't have any. And so there she is. And I hope that you will want to check her out. She's on my Etsy shop. And you guys have a really wonderful day, and blessings for the new year. Bye now.